Hello, people of the internet. I just watched Captain America: Brave New World. I just got back from watching it in theaters, and so here's just early thoughts, early review. My just first reaction, my first thoughts about how the movie was, and especially on this channel, I review movies, I review comic books, especially superhero movies, superhero comic books, superhero TV shows, and everything superhero. So, if you are into all of that stuff, you can subscribe to the channel, and I'll make more videos because honestly this year Marvel is releasing many projects. Same with DC. I mean, DC is only releasing one more project now, but Marvel is releasing many more projects this year. So make sure to subscribe to the channel because now I will of course be covering all of that. I'm also interested in comics. I make videos about comics almost every single week, like that is uploaded on the shorts, so you can view that. I'm currently reading Secret Wars. I'm currently getting through that whole run, so yeah, check it out. And I also make original content, that is Divine Sins and God Speak to Speak. So that is some original content on my channel, you can check it out too. But now here is the review of Captain America: Brave New World, a movie that has been in production for almost 3 to 4 years. It has been through so many reshoots, it has been through so many script changes, so many characters were included, many characters were then just left off. So this movie, I honestly went with a blank state of mind. I went in with like expecting almost nothing because these are like excessive reshoots, and reshoots costing over millions of dollars. So it's like they have severely changed the storyline. I got that, I understood that, so I went in with a state of mind to see, just experience what they have built, what they have created, what story they have put out. So as I went there and I just started, I mean, the movie just started and I was just watching it. As the movie started, after a couple, you know after a couple minutes, I realized that they hadn't put the Marvel Studios intro in there. So I was a tad bit disappointed. I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but it's a signature. You have to put the Marvel Studios intro in there. So yeah, I was a tad disappointed by that, but whatever. And yeah, now I'm going to say minor spoilers, or I might reveal some minor plot points of the story. So if you haven't watched the movie, go watch the movie and then you can check out this review. Or if you're fine with some minor spoilers, you can continue watching the review. So the movie. So let's first address the Hulk in the room. That is Thaddeus Ross, Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, Red Hulk. This was, I guess, a perfect opportunity for them to introduce Red Hulk, and they did. They actually hit that literally on right on the target to introduce Red Hulk. But what they severely downplayed was his impact on the movie. I mean, of course, it impacts, like you get to know what his impact is, but Hulk, I mean, the Red Hulk, the character Red Hulk, it doesn't play a major role in the story. It is Thunderbolt Ross or Thaddeus Ross who plays the major role, which is a good point, no doubt. But it's like Red Hulk is just sprinkled on top. Red Hulk is the cream on the cake that is the movie, which, I mean, I'm fine. I'll enjoy it. It's more of like a cameo fight that, Falcon, or sorry, Captain America and Red Hulk have. It is more like a one-off thing, I feel. I mean, sure, I believe they are going to be now a recurring character, or not, but it's like Red Hulk wasn't right. Like, of course, we know Red Hulk wasn't the villain of the story. It was just a side piece, a side storyline that they kind of developed into the main storyline. So it was just kind of looking at a character that was developed in this movie. I mean, of course, the only development, or like the only developed character we get to see, or like the development of a character we get to see, is of Thaddeus Ross. So how like the things that he's going through, the anger issues, or like what is happening to him, all this turmoil with political, all these institutions and what he's doing. So we actually get to see the development of Thaddeus Ross and how he gets turned into the Hulk. Now now this movie is a political thriller. We all know that from the trailer we saw. We all understood what kind of tone they are going with, what kind of ideas they wanted to push through. So it was kind of obvious it is a political thriller movie. They wanted to show two sides, or like warring factions at a side at a time of war, and it is very highly diplomatic. It is very highly world concerning movie where they go on to Celestial Island to mine a certain element or like mine a certain metal which will be relieved. I think it is revealed in the trailers as well. It's adamantium they're mining. So yeah, it's just, it is a world, it is like an earth concerning story, but it tries so much that it falls off. It's like it tries to be a concerning movie, it tries to be something greater, which doesn't quite fit in with the tone, with the underlying tone of the movie, which is like a Captain America who is not even a super soldier. And even with this issue, they deal with that in the movie too. Like Sam Wilson even deals with that issue, but it's like it still falls flat where he has to like battle with a Red Hulk, a monstrosity, a gamma radiated monster, against a simple human with some vibranium wings. It's outright comical, one might say, but it's like the pieces don't fit in. It's like there's this one thing that's happening that is good, there's this other thing that's happening that is also good too. But when you mix them, when you like put them together, it just doesn't quite work well. That was like my view of it. Now, the only thing that was the best in the movie was the scene with Bucky. Like, I mean, of course, this is minor spoiler, but I think it was kind of obvious. Like, Bucky will appear in this movie, but that scene, I don't know what 2-3 minutes was the scene, but that scene with Sam and Bucky, that scene with those two just talking felt so much impactful, felt so much like you could see on the screen that how well they talk, how well these characters gel with each other, how well they converse the issues that are happening, how they build out the broader perspective of not just their own characters but the world, but the world they are living in, like what's happening there. So that just scene with Bucky, amazing scene. Like, they're not doing it, they're just talking, and they're talking and it's just brilliant. It is one of the best scenes in the movie. I mean, that should say something, that this kind of scene is the best scene in the movie. So yeah. And one thing that I also kind of felt like during the movie was, this felt kind of like the next Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode. Like the, I mean, I don't know what, 8 episodes were released or 9, yeah. So this was like the 10th episode or the 11th episode of that whole series. So it quite didn't feel like a film. It didn't quite feel like a featured film, like starring Captain America. Like it kind of felt like a Disney Plus show. I mean, of course, there were so many reshoots, there were so many rewrites. So I think that was kind of where it was supposed to go with all these things. And the new Falcon, which is Joaquin Torres, amazing. I mean, the actor is good. Same with Samuel Wilson, actor is good. So it's just kind of, these good things were not kind of put in together properly. It's like the pieces could have been carved more precisely in order to fit them perfectly. But I mean, the movie is made now, it's already out in theaters. So, and also Sidewinder, the villain, or like the side villain they introduced in this, which is like the head of Serpent Society. It's also kind of like, I mean, it's like such a great actor, but the villain just doesn't do any impact. Like, the villain is just there for the supposed bad guy villain, and it's just like the whole Sidewinder character is just a bluff, or like it's just a poof magic trick. And I know also the main villain, the leader, who is like the Samuel Stern, a scientist or like some professor who is getting, who has got affected by the gamma radiation or the gamma blood of Hulk in like the Incredible Hulk movie. So even the leader is like kind of okay villain. It's, there's nothing more to explore. And yeah, and with that also, it's like they don't show you things, they just tell you, right? They tell you, yeah, this is happening and this is happening and this is happening. They don't show you. Like, there's a visual kind of learning that sometimes goes on with movies, that you just see and you get to know, yeah, this is happening, that is happening. But they just outright tell you, like literally characters are telling you, oh, this is happening and this is happening and this is happening. So it's kind of, so it kind of gets a little like, I mean, come on, like, show, I mean, it just kind of gets, I mean, really like that kind of stuff. But And yeah, so lastly, I'll just address the post-credit scene, or like the ending, So in ending, we get to see Thunderbolt Ross in, the raft, like the raft prison where Captain America and his, or like his, Sam Wilson and his friends were kept after Civil War in the raft. So now Thaddeus Ross is there in the raft with the leader, and now the post-credit scene is about the leader and Falcon, or like, sorry, Captain America talking, and the leader hints at like other universes being there, other worlds being there, and there are other heroes, and now they have. I mean, it's a possibility he sees that they might have to fight for their own world. So it's like it's just, you know pointing towards incursions and the secret wars, all of that. But it's still a very. I mean, this movie did leave a bad taste. It wasn't like the defining kind of Marvel movies that sometimes Marvel makes. Like it's just another Quantum Mania. It's just another Love and Thunder kind of. But yeah, it's okay. It's like it's all over the place sometimes. And I mean, some action sequences, sometimes, and CGI, like the Red Hulk CGI is good, but sometimes it just, that person is just in front of some screen and just talking, so you get to know sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad regarding the visuals and the colors and the CGI. But yeah, that was it. Hope you liked the video, hope you liked the review. Now, to keep these reviews coming, you have to subscribe to the channel. I'm watching the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show, which will end next week, so that review will come to next week. Then I'm watching Invincible, which is also going to end next month, so even that review is going to come. And then the Daredevil show will start next month, so I'll be watching that. Then after that, we have the Thunderbolts movie, so even that review is coming as the movie comes out. So it's just, I will keep making these review because I just love comic books. I love superheroes. I love making videos about them. I just love seeing these characters come out to play in the big screen, in the comic books, and in whatever format. So yeah, just make sure to do the needful, and yeah, I'll see you in the next.